great week since we saw you last week. Last week, if y'all remember, we talked about child support and the importance of paying your child support. And we asked all of y'all to come up with two ways to overcome barriers that you have in each of your lives to get through any of those challenges in order to pay your child support. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about your experience about that and how that went and applying those 2 steps that you came up with together. And yeah, how that went last week. Cool. Great answer. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about something called parenting time. And parenting time is just as important as child support. And basically what it is the time that you as a parent spend with your child. Whether you are the parent that has main custody or not, it's so important for you to carve out that time to spend with your child. And while it's not as physically measurable as child support, it's still just as important as child support. So today we're going to do a lot of activities to discuss what y'all both expect from parenting time and just to spend time to really set aside those times in your week to spend time with your child individually and or together, whichever y'all decide. And we're going to at the end do a parenting time plan and an assessment so y'all can really communicate and also plan other times to communicate about this plan that y'all are going to set this week. So Lauren and Zane are going to talk to y'all and facilitate a discussion using some examples from some case studies we have. Alright y'all, well we are going to present 2 different case studies, a woman named Maria and then a man Felix who's a non-custodial parent. So Zane is going to pass out some sheets so that y'all can follow along with the story. And the first one I'll read is Maria's side. So what we're going to do is we're going to split half the room. So this side y'all will be Maria and this side y'all will be Felix. So as we read the 2 different studies, make sure that y'all are paying attention to which story you were assigned, and then after we're done reading them, we will give y'all some questions to talk about in your groups. So for the first case study, it's Maria. It says that Maria is trying to make some difficult decisions about parenting time for her baby's father. So here's her story. Maria's son Juan is 10 months old and looks just like his dad, Felix. She says that he has Felix's personality too. According to Maria, just like his dad, Juan can be very stubborn and then turn around and take my breath away with his smile. Juan's father has not been around very much the last month or so. Maria says, at first Felix was always providing for his son, like buying diapers, clothes, and baby food, but recently he has not been very helpful. Maria is trying to decide if she should go and file for child support. She knows the money would be good for her son, but she's not sure that she wants to get the authorities on Felix's back like that. Also, Maria thinks that a formal child support order would tie her to Juan's dad for a long time to come. Maria is disappointed that Felix has not been able to keep a steady, good-paying job. His jobs have been seasonal and part-time jobs. She is proud of the fact that Felix has not been in trouble with the law. He has never done drugs or gotten involved with illegal activities. Maria says that she sort of wishes that Felix would be more responsible about coming over to see his son. Juan loves to see his dad, and Maria says he brightens right up as soon as his dad walks through the door. It really is something to see them play together. Felix swings Juan up into the air and they will both laugh and laugh. Also, Maria worries that Juan needs a man to be an example in his life. Maria says that right now the only people in Juan's life are his grandmother, aunt, and I.
Okay, so now we're going to learn about Felix, and he is a non-custodial parent in this situation. And Felix is trying to make some tough decisions on how he should be involved in his baby's life. And here's his story. Felix's son is 10 months old, and according to the baby's mother, he is the spitting image of me. He has my personality too. He's all boy. He has his own ideas about how things should be done and a big temper to go along with it. Felix says, since my son was born, it seems like I can take things more seriously. Having a son has changed my life. Now I have someone to live for. I also know that I have someone that will carry on my family name. I just wish I could do more for my son. It seems like the only jobs I can find are seasonal, part-time jobs. At first, I was able to provide for my son by buying his formula and diapers, but things have been tough lately, so I haven't been able to buy him as much. I have not been around to see him the last couple of weeks because I can't afford to buy him anything. I know Maria is threatening to file for child support. That would be hard on me because my income has not been very steady lately. Besides, I like to know where my money is going. I would rather just buy the stuff than hand over the cash. I love the times that my son and I spend together. We have a great time playing together. Besides, he needs a man's influence on his life right now. He has all women raising him. I just wish that I had some way to get a good job. It seems like all the programs are set up to hurt fathers. None of them seem to be there to help us and support our kids. So a couple of questions you can be thinking of on Decide for Felix is what kind of barriers keep Felix from spending more time with his son? And what advice would you give Felix about being involved in his son's life? And do you think it is okay for Felix to have parenting time with Juan, even if he cannot provide financial support?
Okay, and so for this side, y'all are discussing Maria's story, and the questions that y'all can discuss are, number one, what would be the benefits of encouraging Felix to be more involved in his son's life? What is keeping Felix from getting involved with Juan? And finally, do you think that Maria should contact child support enforcement, and why or why not? So y'all take some time right now, you can discuss to your groups, and we'll come back in a couple minutes to finish up.
So we have a couple of important notes to make sure we get across before everyone leaves. We do need you to know that child support is an important resource for families, so take advantage of it. A child needs to have both of their parents involved in his or her lives. Paying for child support can either encourage or discourage parenting time. So make sure the non-custodial parent is making sure he or she is putting those payments in so they can get the parenting time in too. Sometimes when the non-custodial parent cannot pay, he or she stays away from his or her child. Even if a parent cannot pay, it is important that he or she maintains parenting time. If a parent is not able to pay child support, he or she may need to get a job training and employment counseling. So if he doesn't have a job and he can't provide child support, there are resources you can use in order to get a job and help pay for child support. All right, thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Okay, also to close out today, we just wanted to go over a few ending points for y'all to bring home, and also to pass out some sheets of paper for you to sit down with your partner or your the non-custodial parent and your custodial parent partner, and to go through and really make a plan for your parenting time and make sure that you have specific goals and specific times that you are going to follow through with. And this will just keep you accountable. You can put it on your fridge, and just so you have that constant reminder of this is what we agreed to, and you can keep each other accountable to that too. And so I'm going to pass this out right now, and basically what you're going to do is first you are going to assess your co-parenting relationship and go through things about how cooperative you think your relationship is with the other parent, and also your expectation of this parenting plan and how easy or difficult you think it might be, and how you see yourself as the parenting role, whether you see yourself as equal to the other parent, or if you feel like you're doing more work, or maybe that you're not given as much as you should, and just how willing you are to make changes that need to happen. And so just be honest on this. There are no right or wrong answers at all. Like, we want y'all to be honest with your situations so that you can address the problems that are there and then fix them and create solutions for later on, so you can just better the relationships both of y'all have with your children. So after that, after you assess your co-parenting relationship, you're going to go to the agreement on the next page, and there's going to be an agreement for both parents, and you're just going to go through and list your children, age, birthday, and just you're going to check kind of where you are with the other parent, whether you're romantically involved, just co-parenting, stuff like that, and then you are going to specifically write out what care you are going to give to your child. So you have a specific outline and a specific plan, and a specific plan of action in particular, so that you can be reminded whenever you read it, this is what I said I was going to do. And so then the other parent will do the same thing, and you're going to also talk about what kind of decisions you're going to make together. and such as things with school, healthcare, religion, all that kind of stuff. That's really important in your child's life, and it's just important that y'all communicate about the messages you're going to be sending your child, and just so you can have that united front. And also how you're going to solve problems together. So if you're going to meet in a quiet place, you're going to talk to each other respectfully, or stick to the things you already talked about, all that kind of stuff, just so that we can really get thinking about different ways to solve problems, and that y'all can have a list of possible solutions when problems come up. So I just really hope that you'll just take the time to sit down, communicate, fill this out. And as you go home today and you put these on your fridge and stuff, I really want y'all just to remember how important this parenting time is. Child support is a very important physical resource to your children, and we definitely encourage that you continue to use child support and pay child support. But also the parenting time is just as important, because that's where you're going to be building relationships with your kids, and that's where they're going to be getting that developmental time with you, and that is going to help with your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your co-parent, and just creating kind of the environment that you both set as goals for your kids. So I hope you'll have a fabulous week, and we'll see you next week in class.